All right. Welcome to GUFON, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It is May 9th, 2024 on a Thursday. It is. Oh, man, it feels like Friday. What's that? Whoa. Hold on a second. Something just fell, and it felt heavy. But I don't see anything. I mean, what the hell was that? I mean, it was pretty big, whatever it was. I felt it hit. I felt the ground move. All right, well, we'll have to go back and see if we can hear that. That was loud, too. Well, welcome to the show. Man, I was starting it off on the right foot. Out! Literally and figuratively. I don't know what that was, man. I know I felt something. I don't know. I really don't. All right. Well, tonight we're going to feel out a good show. We got one set up that I think you'll enjoy. Forget the background. All right. Here, I'll tell you what. Forget about it. You don't need it. It doesn't mean anything. No, we'll go here. Can we do this? Yeah. Oh my God, my hat's on crooked. I was running around like a chicken with his hat chopped off right before the show. So I'm glad you're here. I do want to talk about the never-ending grift. And I say never-ending grift with purpose of national security and weaponry. Because that's what it's all about. In essence, it is. But, there's a lot of things we can't figure out in this field. Abductions is one of them. Abductions. People claim they're abducted by aliens, especially those we're familiar with. Travis Walton, Betty Barney Hill, the Communion, Whitley Strieber, right? Bunch of people. How do we account for the strangeness of those? And some people like myself having dreams of these things throughout their whole life. I don't know what is going on. Sounded like something was being dragged on the floor. This just started. I don't know, man. But, high strangeness. I was talking to my mother today. I had dinner over their house, and I'm like, I do think we're living in a more paranormal world than we think. And I think when we're young, we can absorb it. And somehow, I'm talking 2, 3, 4 years old, we're still sponges. And maybe when we get older and we don't have so much on our plate and we're in retirement or near death, we're not doing much but sitting around thinking. And while you're sitting there in your thoughts, you're also manifesting. So I don't know, man. You could play it any way you want. It's your life. You're your own God. You do what you want within the boundaries of the law, right? All right, in the privacy of your own home, who gives a shh? Right? Do what you want. Just don't let us know about it, all right? That's the world I grew up in. Do whatever you want. I don't need to know about it. Nor do I care. You want to go bowling? That's how it was. Remember? Yeah. We know he's got a clubbed foot, but that's our friend. That's Richie. Yeah. It's all right. Nowadays, it's like a disease. It's how it feels. Maybe it's all the videos I'm watching. Things are weird. I don't know. Maybe it is perspective, right? In the final stages of life, maybe I'm seeing things differently than I did with the youth. And, nothing can stop me now, Yeah, but how does that relate to the paranormal world? Well, we're put in such a predicament being the observer, the witness. And a lot of us have similar situations and experiences that we want answers to. And I'm mad because there's people out there who claim a lot, right? And have never experienced a thing. And it makes me upset because people think what they're saying is the right thing. Now, what's confusing is these people, even though they're saying the right thing, because they're just mimicking what they heard and read other stories about other people's accounts, so they make it their own, right? And when they make it their own, well, I'll be damned if it don't sound like it's their own, right? Because we all know some people out there who they've had interactions with Bigfoot. They can remote view. They've been abducted and worked alongside aliens. Does anybody know who this is? Did I say psychic? A channeler. It's a dude. It's not a woman. That's all I can say. So, and then goes on these shows, podcasts, and says, "Oh, I had an experience with Bigfoot." Tells the story, which is total bullshit. We all know it, knew it. Now we know. Now we know. And is giving out information that sure sounds like things you've heard before, but it's coming from a disingenuous place. How can you trust people like that? That makes me upset. But you see, a lot of people don't care. I found out. You guys just don't care. You know why? Because who got hurt? That's the answer. Who got hurt? Who's hurt? Who's the victim? The victim is the people who do the real work. And they make it harder for us, the legitimate people, to get the credibility. Because when people find out that they're lying about their story and it sounds an awful lot like Giordano's story, well, Giordano's got to be lying too. Can't trust either one. Guilty by associating story. And it doesn't matter if you're the grifter or the griftee. Everybody gets hurt from the grift, the lie, for money. James Fox, Jeremy Corbell, right? Now Lou Elizondo eventually. Once they get a taste of that, well, they must have paid Lou a lot of money for him not to go crazy about this book, and had it out sooner. Maybe he was in contract or something. Who knows? But I can't wait for it. It's going to be fun. All right, let's do a little bit of roll call. Oh, wow. Hey, Sven. You threw that down. Oh, right at the start of the show. Welcome to the show. And thanks for the $2 super dono. The Sweden kind from Sven. Sven. Nah, thanks, man. Welcome to the show. All things good. Thank you for the £10, 10 quid super dono as well. Welcome to the show. A continuing supporter of GUFON as well. In all more than one way. Thank you for liking, sharing, subbing, and supporting. And you guys, if you want to help support this, what do we call it? Truthology for ufology. All the links are in the show description. Super chat, super sticker, PayPal, Cash App, or you can become a member. All right. And I got some videos going to put up here this weekend. It's Mother's Day coming up. So I'm excited. Some videos. Got some good ones. Thank you, All Things Good. And Sven, kicking off the show with a little support. And welcome to the show. Who else is here? Sky Allen's here. Welcome to the show. Samo, welcome to the show. Jeanette, the angel of GUFON, welcome to the show. Viman, welcome to the show. Ozzy Tiger, welcome to the show. Rotary Motion, welcome to the show. It's jumping. You guys are like, Derek, whoa, it jumped again. Derek Faulkner, welcome to the show. Murder Hornet, welcome to the show. Chillin' Calm Vibes. Welcome to the show. We know who you are. Contrary 111. Welcome back. How you doing? Welcome to the show. Text 482 TX. Yo. Kelly Lewis, the EW, is here. How to do, lady? Sarah M. Welcome to her. Did I say? What'd I say? Did I? Porky Rabbit. Welcome to the show. Hey, Blues Batteries. That snuck up on me. Stole that $10 from Bigfoot. Good. Good. Did you smell? Does it stink? Oh, it's digital anyway. Yeah, but ooh, man, are you all right after that? I mean, the aroma. Get about it. Thank you for the support. It's a super chat. It's 10 Bones, American made. Welcome to the show as well. Yeah, thanks for the support. What's today? The 9th. It's not even a 2-digit day. Thank you very well. It's always 2 digits, but you know what I mean. The 09. Is the 0 part of a digit, or is it just fill? It's a space filler is what it is. Yeah, it's not really. It's 1 digit. Yeah, I guess. Marcel, welcome to the show. By the way, Blues Batteries, thanks again for being a continuing supporter of GUFON. Welcome to the show. Samo, Goofonian Rockstar. What's up, champ? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Glad you're here. Hope everything's all right. Marcel, what do you say, Goofonian Metalhead? What do you say there, Chief? Yeah. All right. Scott Brown's here. Hey, man. Long time no. Well, we saw you earlier in the year. Good. Thanks for stopping by for a minute. I know. It's hard. It's hard. These shows are tough. These are the tough ones. Welcome to the show, though, Scott. Alpine Gulch, welcome. And David Wilcox, I see you there. Welcome to the show. Not Wilcox. Teen Titans, Jess, welcome to the show as well. All right. Paul Richardson sneaking in there. Welcome to the show. Sky Allen, did I? I'll say it again anyway, just in case. Welcome to the show. All right. If I didn't say your name, it doesn't mean I don't love you. It means tonight we got a lot of show to do. We always do. Foghorn Leghorn, welcome to the show. Paul Callaghan, Fowler. Oh, okay. All right. Well, can you take care of that thing for me so I don't have to? Meatballs. 12. Dirty. Yeah. All right. What? Oh, hot mic. All right. Let's get started. Chillin' Calm Vibes. I know. Wanted to say it again. Good to see. Good to see. All right. Paula Faust snuck right. See right there. All right. I need a drink. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Now, I originally had, and the thumbnail's still up, but I changed the background. You know. I think it turns people off nowadays when we have these type of shows. You know, lies. Oh, Rich is going to talk about, we know, Rich. We know. Stop doing the same thing over and over and over again. We know. Liars. They're all liars. Yeah, I know, but somebody's got to keep doing it every night. Sorry. I am not apologizing for doing what I think we need to be talking about. And yes, it does get repetitious here and there. I understand. But, we're doing 2 hours every night. We're close to it anyway. And sometimes, man, it's a little tough to come up with something, you want to talk about, or it's interesting, or something you haven't discussed. So that's why I removed the lies thing and put up the other background, because I know you know. But when I made this show and I put that thumbnail up, I was in a mood because I'm sick of it. It just doesn't end. And it's something new, and it's Jason Sands, for instance, bugs the shit out of me. That story. I don't trust it. Yeah, it's weird. He said a lot of things that reminded me of like when I heard David Grush speak for the first time. And I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, all right. This is third hand, not really a whistleblower. So let me take a step back and see what this guy has to say. Same thing with Jason Sands. It had the same feeling of a David Grush. And I say Grush because that's what Sands called him. Like he knows the guy 3 years and he's calling him Grush. Why? Somebody asked him. He says, it's just something between us. Right. You know, it's like an inside joke. Hey, Grush. Yeah, well, I'm sure David loves it. And what does he call him? Hey, Sands of time. What are you doing? Wasting it? Oh, see, it's that easy. Clever. Can't help it. So, you know, we've had that story. And then lo and behold, you know, we're starting to move. My God, we heard from a whistleblower unexpectedly, but then out of nowhere comes, you know, this story again. The Las Vegas alien in the backyard, 10-foot alien thing. Angel, the shadow. We're going to look at it. There's some other things we'll just look at. But people really believe this is genuine. And I have to be honest. I think it's real. Look, I don't know if it, you know, Ben Hansen, the FBI investigator turned UFO guy. Ben Hansen, you know who he is. You've seen him on TV shows and all this stuff. He thinks it's a shadow. You know the alien head right by the fence. I'll pull it up. Well, we'll just nip this in the bud one more time. We've got a little bit of Rose Cuckold tonight. That's right. You heard that right here on the show. Rose Cuckold. All right, here it is. Las Vegas aliens. Here's another set of images of what Angel saw as he enters into the backyard with a gun in his hand. Did you know about that? See, this I don't like. Why are we now hearing about the gun for the first time? Isn't he a little underage? You can have a gun. Underage? Hey, check it out. I thought it popped up. It looked similar to what I have here. Here we go. All right. So we've seen this before, but here we go. Popping up, popping fresh dough. There's a couple photos here. Boom. As they're walking in, I also have the video somewhere. I'll play it. Look, when we look at this, and we will, we did not look at this video last time. There's seemingly something back there. Seemingly. And maybe this is shadow, but I just don't feel confident saying this is there. This is 100%. Right here. Is there one more? All right. Let's get that off there. So, Anonymous Shadow posted that. Let me pull up another one. I'm just having a hard time not believing it. Like, I really do think there is something there in that backyard. I know. Nobody can prove to me it's not there. And Ben Hansen saying it is a shadow effect from all the flashlights. I've never seen a shadow above a fence or above a solid structure, just, you know, without a backdrop. No, there wasn't. Some people, oh, they had the tree. I'm like, no. All right, let me pull it up. Did I say we've got a little Rose Cuckold tonight? We also got Gary Nolan. Little Gary. Greer. We've got a little Greer tonight. All right, here we go. Pull this up. All right. So as Angel and his family walk into their backyard, Angel has a gun. This is now the moment where the famous screenshot of the gray was captured, stabilized, and cropped, pulling it up here, sending it off to my other, and you will see it within a few, 2, 1, engage. All right, open it up. Can we get that a little wider? Yeah, no sound. No. Oh, this is stabilized. It's pretty good. So I'm assuming something's going to come up here. Oh, come on. Oh, we're looking back there? Here? Oh, there it is. Oh, shit. That just popped up out of the ground like. Look at this. Oh, no, it didn't. There is a shadow back there. Watch. It's right here. Let me blow it up a little more. There we go. A little more. All right. Right here. You can see. It looks like the eyes. Let's do this way. Here we go. There's something back there. You can see him moving, dancing around a little. There's something back there. It's there now. It's moving. Whoa, and that's when they get nervous. But here, watch. Here it disappears. Look, there is the last of it. There's the head right there and the torso and the body. Now, a few frames, it's gone. Watch. Here we go. It's gone. Well, there it is. 1 frame, 2, 3, gone. How does that happen? But wait, there it is. It popped back up. Now weird. Now it's back. They see it. They're looking in that direction. It's very strange. Look at it again. All right, you ready? So look right here. You can see the head. Barely see the body. It's translucent for the boys out there. Now watch. And now it's going to somehow like manifest into a little darker right here. Man, this is really hard. Shut up. Look at that. Yeah, this is very, very, very bad. Like, I see something. However, I got to be honest. I mean, this to me is not conclusive enough. Hey, you know, it's just not conclusive enough. Not a fan of this version. Although, you know, it's hard to not, I mean, it looks like there's something back there. Right? And it's just the way it appears and disappears. It's like a shadow of something. Okay. Like, what if it's only 6 inches tall? And one of the lights in the backyard, you can't see it, but it was maybe low. And when it walked next to the light, it illuminated, like making a mouse look huge to an elephant with the shadow, you know, on the wall. Maybe that's what it is. I don't think so either. This is tough. Anyway, people are loving it. They will not let Las Vegas alien go. I bet it is alien. Maybe Angel, maybe that meteor. You know, there was a little asteroid that was captured on the cop cam, right? Maybe that was their ride. And they hitched a ride on the asteroid. You know, to save gas. I don't know, but if a Muamua can be anything like that, so why couldn't that happen? Why couldn't they have taken a little trip on one of these little UFO asteroid. They took an asteroid trip. They took an acid trip. They took an asteroid trip. It's not fun. Not fun at all. Terrible. Terrible. I don't know what we're going to do. With that story, all we can do is do what we've been doing. Just keep an eye on it. I'm wondering, you see, that kid Angel said they're still having experiences. Strange stuff is happening. Does anybody want to bet if you spent the week there, you wouldn't see a thing? Somebody needs to go over there and spend a week or so, right? I want to see a cross be upside down, I do. Maybe I'll go over. That'd be great. God, why can't we? Bullshit. All right, is Greer lying? Is he? It's sad. I feel for Greer. I do. But he's his own enemy. He's his worst. He's his own enemy. And it's sad. How would you feel if Greer never brought up CE5 ever? Would you look at him as a more of a believable guy if he took out the CE5? Think about that for a second. Because if you are judging Greer based on CE5, you're making a big mistake. First of all, excuse me, Greer seemingly gets some things right. Now, we could all throw shit against the wall all day long. Eventually, something's going to stick. Know what I'm saying? But Greer seems to, have a way of making something sound credible, not credible. He's got that magic touch. But, however, Greer's one of the most credible people in the field. He's more credible than Linda Moulton, Howdy Doody, Fresh and Fruity, than Richard, the Dick Dolan. He's more credible than anybody else. And that's with the CE5. Don't you agree with that? Would you agree with that statement that Greer is more credible than anybody else in the field individually? Who makes claims like this? I'm not talking about, like a John Greenwald or somebody like that. Or I'm talking about somebody who makes claims that they know people, they know stuff. Gary Nolan, Jeremy Corbell, George Knapp, Travis Taylor, all those people. That's who I'm talking about. People like that. Mainly people in mainstream media who are making claims that they can never back up. Man, hold on. I don't know what's going on. But people just want to say Greer is crazy because of CE5. And you know what? He doesn't care what you think. Yeah, I know. A lot of people are going to say, of course he wouldn't care. Look at all the money he's making. Those people who go to those things, they're not just people on their last paychecks. Let's just put it that way. Okay? These are people who have the time, have the money to go check out if it's possible to talk to aliens or make contact or whatever, right? Maybe make contact with whatever, an energy, whatever, right? So people always rip on Greer. He's just ripping people off. I said it. I think a lot of people said it. And sure, I think Greer liked being the guy. Who wouldn't? But I do think there's some sort of aggression towards that. Like, he's got to be that guy. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I get it. There's nothing wrong with being driven, as long as it doesn't interfere with your life and it interferes with your family or, you know, whatever it is you do, hobbies, jobs, just life. And I don't think Greer has that problem, because Greer's very calculated. He's always been very regimented, it seems. I don't know. It just seems that way. Like, if he says 10 o'clock, you be there at 10. Actually, you get there 10 minutes early. You know what I mean? He's old school that way. And that's a dying thing. As much as you want to make fun of Greer, as much as you like Greer, as much as you hate Greer, Greer's done probably more than anybody for this field. He's done more than any one individual, I think, in this field. I think that's true. I can't think of anybody else who's done. You could throw in George Knapp or Linda Moulton Howe, because they've got the longevity, right? They've been around for 3.5 decades or more. I get it. But they did not have the Disclosure Project. They did not have all of those whistleblowers in 2001. And Greer has been the number one draw when it comes to being interviewed. The number one guy. Why? If he's all bullshit. I don't get it. Shouldn't David Wilcock, the guy who promised us a flying car, be on the top as well? See the difference between David Wilcock and Greer? Is there a difference? Greer makes claims of things that other people say, right? There's a general I know who said there's a program he worked for who says they can regrow limbs, you know, that kind of thing, you know. Greer's not like, well, I think he did see some shit firsthand, like technology maybe. I'm not so sure. I don't remember right off the top of my head. What is this I just pulled up by accident, I think? What's this? Michael Herrera's Marine team leader, Nathan, details that the Indonesia UFO story is a complete lie and has photos disproving the story. See, God, man. I mean, I know, but I'm just saying it. It never ends. Anytime somebody blows, somebody's always sucking the air right back out. Right? Whistleblower, no way! He was fake. Oh, no. Let me read on here. I am real cottonmouth for some reason. It's good stuff. I told Michael from Dark Hour, this kind of weed makes me cleverer. More me. It's my voice, you know, I can do it like this. Like Nathan served as the team leader of Michael Herrera. This story's fantastic. I like it. Just read it as you. During the Indonesia humanitarian mission, like me, in which Herrera claims he encountered a jungle UFO and black ops trafficking humans for nefarious purposes. Huh? Did you hear what I just read? Humanitarian mission in which Herrera claims he encountered a jungle UFO, a UFO in the jungle, and black ops trafficking humans for nefarious purposes. Nathan details that he was tasked with keeping track of Herrera at all times, and there was never an opportunity for Herrera to encounter such a thing. Furthermore, many details of Herrera's story, such as the no comms and surrendering their weapons, is not how Marines operate. Nathan describes Herrera as a UA recruit, someone who previously ducked deployment and has no credibility. What a douche nozzle. Nathan also claims that he reached out to the Sean Ryan show a day after they posted the Michael Herrera interview, and despite alerting them that this story is fraudulent, they continue hosting the interview because it is one of their most popular. I love these guys. I love it. If true, this is another blow to Stephen Greer's credibility. First, the Atacama skeleton was disproven by Gary Nolan. Now Michael Herrera is outed as a fraudulent whistleblower. Herrera was a major figure in Greer's Disclosure 2.0 hearings. Of course. So listen. So the guy comes out, tells his story. Then another guy comes out and says, oh no, he lied. And now we're all supposed to just go, oh yeah, all right, he lied. Because this guy said so? What world do we live in? Is it just the last thing you hear makes it the most credible? That's what it is. They only remember the last thing they hear, and that becomes the most credible thing because they don't remember shit before it. It's got to be. Well, you know what? I say Michael Herrera's story is bullshit. Did you hear what Rich Giordano said? Rich Giordano said Michael Herrera's bullshit. The story's out. Michael Herrera's story is bullshit. Giordano said so. I mean, what world do we live in when that's credibility to a story? And that's where we're at. That's the left running the show, making it so. I got nothing is what that means. Because when you're talking about politics and the left in ufology, this is all you can do. Should you expect anything less than this? Lies, lies, lies. Even if a guy's telling the truth. No. That's a Greer guy. And now we got to make a Greer because Greer does not. No, Greer's on the right. He doesn't like left. No, he likes smart. No, you can't bring politics into ufology. Well, we are. And what are you going to do about it, huh? We don't like Greer, and we don't believe anything Greer says because he likes Trump. All right? That's where we're at. That's how ufology's working now. We don't like Giordano. Why? Everything he says is so stupid. Why? He's a Trump supporter. Oh. And they just go along with it because why fight the majority for something you believe in? You know, why do that? Just go along with it. It's easy. All you had to do was what we do. Just come with us. Life will be so much easier. You'll be living a lie, but I mean, it'll be easier if you do what we tell you to do. Just like Lou, right? Just like Lou. Just like all the others. David Grush, Jason Sands of Glass. They're all part of it. They all come from that side. Oh, Jason Sands sure as heck fire does. He acts like he doesn't, but he is. He's saying the same bullshit. So, yeah. No, it's corroborating, Rich. No. It's not. It's not. You know what we're missing? Evidence. All we got is words. He said, she said. And I mean that. Well, thank you, telephone. Oh, no. I know that noise. Let's see. Who sent me a message? Oh, it really is. Let's see. Oh, that's weird. Oh, well, Jeanette, thank you very much. Yeah, I almost forgot to mention that. Yeah, thank you for that. Jeanette, very nice support on PayPal. Mucho generoso. Well, thank you. Of course, a continuing supporter of GUFON. Oh, here we go. It just came through. I told you. Wow. Moody Mongol, everybody, throwing down $10 on PayPal with the funniest shit. Paying tribute to the godfather of goofonology, Richie Clubfoot Giordano. You mother. That is so funny, dude. Where are you guys going? We're going to Clubfoot. We're going to Clubfoot. What? Yeah, Giordano. It's not a clubfoot. It's not a tumor. It's, you know what I have? You want to know what it's called? It is called Charcot. I have to get a Charcot reconstructive surgery on my foot. Look it up. Sharko. Thank you. Moody Mongol, everybody. That was nice of you. I always like a good clubfoot joke. Now my foot hurts just thinking about it. Stop. Thanks, man. I appreciate you hanging. You're always here and always funny. Dude, thank you. Moody Mongol, everybody. So, yeah. So here we are. If true, this is another blow to Stephen Greer's credibility. First, he had a Hey, by the way, did Gary P. Nolan, the P is not for professor, did he really debunk the Atacama? Or is it just another hateful thing because of Greer is who Greer is? Did anybody ever say this before? I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. But did he really? Because I didn't think he debunked it. Well, we're going to look back at that. Not now, but I want to look back at that. All right. Yep. Well, Greer, I don't think Greer is going to lie on purpose anymore. If he did it all. Don't you think Greer's kind of like an Alex Jones type of dude? Right? He gets this information. It sounds good. And Greer, I think, is very good at looking things over from what I heard. You know, not just jumping into something unless he can verify it. So, seems like, you know, Greer's had that opportunity over and over again. People trust him. And they send him stuff. And don't you think over all this time and all those whistleblowers and all those meetings, he really might know some people? Can we at least say that at this point? Maybe he didn't brief a president face to face, but maybe the president read a briefing that he wrote about UFOs or whatever you want to call them, right? Maybe that's a little white lie, but it sure as hell sounds like he did it himself. Bill Clinton was one of them, right? Didn't he brief Bill Clinton, I thought, or somebody did for Greer? Maybe, I don't remember. But look, who would you rather have on your all-star team for ufology? Greer or Linda Moulton Howe? Put your answer in the chat. I want to know. Who would you want on your all-star team? Would you rather have Linda or Greer as your captains? We're picking captains here. Who's going to be on the best team ever? We're going to start with this one. Who would you choose? Greer or Linda? Neither. You got to pick one. I hear you. Linda. Wow, David. Hey, what'd you do? Change your thing there? Hold on. What is that? Oh, that's the man, the greatest guy, or whatever his name is. Very good. Greer, says Thor. Hey, Mr. Hacker, how you doing? Good to see you guys. Hi, Paula. Jeff Garvey, chocolate or fluffy? You. Oh, my God, I wish I thought of that. Linda Moulton House Kittens. So nobody cares? Greer, we'll say Greer. All right, Greer wins. That's who I would go with. Over Linda? They're both good, but they both have gotten... Hold on a second. I just realized something. Over the last 20 years, they, in my mind, as long as I've been in this field, watching them both, I see them as two people who are exactly where they were 20 years ago today. You know what I mean? It's like nothing's changed in their careers, in their lives, in ufology. And these two are supposed to be way up there trying to get disclosure, read us stories, tell us, you know, about things that we can't verify. Now, I'm not saying they're both lying, but somebody's not telling the truth. And I think both of their names have somebody in it. Look, nice to make money in something you don't have to be honest with. It's fantasy land. I think Linda Moulton Howe believes the last person she talked to. Sadly, I used to look up to Linda Moulton Howe as somebody I would like to emulate as far as a researcher back in the day, crop circles. And I'm like, this lady knows her shit, right? We all thought it. And she does. She knows her shit. But sadly, it looks this way. Maybe it isn't, right? But it looks like she went the way of the money. We can say that about everybody, though. With the invention of the internet, everybody wants a piece of pie. It's like their thought is, if I got to work and this is the only thing I'm doing, why can't I be rewarded for the work? Good. As long as you're honest. David Wilcock promised us a car that was going to fly. At least he promised us 18 months ago, whatever it was, that we were going to get a prototype. And whatever happened? Didn't hear a word. Nothing. What a scumbag. And people gave this guy money, donated money. I wonder whatever happened. Can't they sue to get that money back that they donated? Probably 20, 40, 50,000. Who knows? Man, that makes me so angry. See, that's... And you know what? And the ass faces are going to support him again next time. Why? Why? I don't get it. He's not doing anything. He's not doing anything right anymore. It really affects the way I want to talk right now because I've got a lot of bad thoughts. I'll be mature. So sick of being mature. I don't know how I do it. I can't do it anymore. I just can't. All right. You know what time it is, right? It is. Into thin air time. Top of the hour almost. A little I2TA to change the pace of tonight's program. In 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
All right, everybody, welcome back. May 9th, 2024, and this is a very serious situation. You are looking at the Enlil spiral chart. This tells us about CMEs and very large amounts of energy hitting the Earth, and as you can see, we are about to be hit by 4 CMEs. The last time we had anything of this type of strength or in a forecast was during the Carrington event in the 1800s. For those of you that don't know what the Carrington event was in August and September of 1859,
I remember.
it emitted a series of intense solar flares and CMEs. Just like we're seeing today. A resulting geomagnetic storm set fire to telegraph offices and sparked auroras from Cuba to Hawaii. Recent headlines stoking fears of an internet apocalypse if it repeats. Now, obviously, this was written before we had this AR 3664 sunspot that we're dealing with now that is completely blowing off these X-class solar flares back to back to back to back. And now we are going to be dealing with all that energy hitting us basically at once. While watching these satellites, this one you're looking at is the LASCO cam. You can see a halo CME. That means when these eruptions happen, it's covering the entire sun, which means it will be hitting Earth. These are directly facing Earth and hitting our atmosphere at nearly 700 to 800 kilometers per second. So you can see in this visual how our magnetic field gets interrupted by this. Eventually, that can lead to strong earthquakes. It can lead to cell phone outages, as we said, fires and communication issues, and if strong enough, physical effects on the human body. This Carrington event, if this were to happen today, and what we're seeing in this situation is a very strong possibility that it can happen at any given time. As we said before, this would be completely devastating to the entire world, simply based on the fact that everything we do now is electric. So this is something to very much think about and look into if you don't know much about the sun. These are already heading towards us, and we're expected these solar storms to begin around tomorrow and the next day. And some of these storms could be as high as KP7. That is absolutely insanely strong. I'll have updates throughout the day, my friends, but this is a very big set of news that you want to be learning about if you don't know already. All right, I appreciate you all. Stay up to date. Take care. Bye-bye.
Another incredible strange phenomena episode from I2TA into thin air, and the link will be in the show description right as the show ends. Unbelievable. Yeah, suntan time. You got that right. I'll be out there tomorrow. The hell? Excuse me. All right, where are we here? Do we need this? No. Do we need this? Weather modification. No. That was yesterday's show. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Let's keep that. Yeah, right there. And here we go. Let's kick it off. I got to show you this. I forgot to show it yesterday. This is so ridiculous. These are, I believe these are the Jaime Maussan dummies. The original. But this doesn't. Here. I thought the Jaime Maussan showed these to the world. You remember this? Watch.
Incredible new footage has surfaced that may prove extraterrestrial life exists. The fuzzy video, reportedly filmed in a remote Peruvian jungle in 2018, shows a slender, 6-foot tall humanoid with pale skin, eerily walking between trees. The creature's oversized head, long neck, and spindly limbs resemble descriptions of the alien greys found in supposed eyewitness accounts. The man who filmed the being did so discreetly while hiding behind foliage, too frightened to approach it. The video's poor quality adds an air of mystery,
I got a video.
making it impossible to conclusively identify the strange entity.
He's got an alien
Yet its
on
clearly
video.
inhuman characteristics provoke fascination. Is this
All right, shut off. I mean, real, you know, I just don't see any legs moving. Oh, there we go. Are they moving? It's hard to tell. I think the thing is just floating like it's on some sort of contraption with wheels, maybe. Like right there's something weird you see. I don't know. I think it's on a skateboard. Right? Isn't this like Felipe Hernandez? Right? Isn't he the guy with the big head? Hey, Rich! Jaime! I've videotaped the whole thing for you, my friend. Oh, so it's fake. See? No! Poor Jaime. I don't know. I thought that was one of the Jaime aliens from back in the day. Okay, so a drone captured a UFO. This one is from Verdun, France, I believe. Gorge de Verdun, France. It's a gorge. And a UFO appears to fade into the mountains. I'm Travis Taylor from Skinwalker Ranch. I'm in France, and we're going to look at a UFO, a UAP. Here we go. I am making myself laugh. Show him the video. You brainless turd. What? Nothing. I mean, really? Now that right there. Shut up. Here it is, starting to slow down and shrink. E-dink. E-dink. See, there's nothing there because that is called CGI. Capiche? What if it isn't fake? Right? What if it's real? What if it... Seriously. Like, I always said this. We're going to look at a real UFO video someday and call it fake. It's possible that's what I'm doing. But what do you expect when all we've seen for 77 years since editing software has been famous? What do you think we see? We see things that look just like this. And this is the same this is the perfect example of why when people fake stuff, it waters down the validity of ufology one fake at a time, which is why Jeremy Corbell is very dangerous to ufology. Even though he's posting something that let's say he believes he's getting this footage that's real UFOs and then finds out it's flares. I believe it's his responsibility to then say, guys, you know what I always say, and this is what Corbell should be saying. I always say, as long as we're getting to the truth, that's the only thing that matters. Sure. Did I make a mistake? It's possible, yeah. Guys, I don't know what else I could have done. The story I got was from somebody who's supposedly telling me the truth. Now, let's stop it right there. If Jeremy Corbell says that, will that make the person giving him these UFO videos upset? And will he cut it off completely? And then Jeremy has nothing. See, I think this is Jeremy's only source for what he believes is good, clean fun, right? So maybe that's why he doesn't say that. But if he did say it, well, maybe they lied to me, but all I can do is tell you what they told me. Right? So, you don't want to bite the hand that feeds you, but you also don't want to give up your freaking soul for it, idiot. Unbelievable, right? Like, well, what did he get out of it? What's he getting out of all of this? I hope it's a lot. I hope it's 7. I hope it's 8 figures. Let's just put it that way. It better be 8. 10 million minimum to pay Corbell to do what he's doing. Because that's what it would take me to say the opposite. You know? And Jeremy, if this is true, Jeremy doesn't have it in him to come out and whistleblow on himself. Wouldn't that be a story? Hey guys, I got a story for you. I myself was being used and I didn't know it. I'm a disinfo agent. So is George. Hey, well, it's true, George. Hey, he's right. Right? And then he goes, let me show you something here. On November 15th, I myself, Jeremy Lockheed Martin Corbell, was on a boat to France. Now, I bet you're wondering why I'm talking with this accent, are you? Because I'm British. My name's not Jeremy Corbell. It's Simon Cowell. And you've been on America's Got Talent. So, we don't know how much Jeremy's being paid, if he's getting paid, but let me tell you something, Jack. Everything that guy's put up has been turned into bullcrap. And then when people see Jeremy Corbell's videos and they don't know the story, they're going to say, hey, I saw the same thing the other night. Oh my gosh, I saw a UFO. Then they go and tell everybody they know they saw a UFO. And then they go, wait, I didn't shoot it, but I know a guy who shot something exactly like the same thing. Then they show them Jeremy Corbell's video and the people go, that's flares. You saw flares too. Flare boy. Now you just ruined your own reputation. Nobody's going to believe you. You're not going to be invited to the Christmas party. And your neighbors will talk about you behind your back. There's the UFO guy. I know because I live it every day, man. Happily, though. Nah, I have a little alien out in the front yard. I do. 8 inches tall. You saw it, all black. Doing this. Do you understand now? Do you get it? Are we progressing in the right direction? Good. Gary Nolan is fool's gold. Gary Nolan speaks on researching psychic phenomena in today's academic climate. Oh, boy, is he something. Boy, oh, boy, I got to tell. Oh, no, they blocked me. Unbelievable. Oh, they limited who can see it. Well, this person wrote, Gary Nolan is blazing trails and building bridges for scientific understanding about our interactions with the phenomena. He's not looking for validation. We should all be figuring out how to apply this lesson. What lesson? Follow his lead in our areas of experience and expertise. Wow. And that is from somebody who goes by NMN on X. That has to be one of the most horrible things I've seen in a long time. To follow Gary Nolan's lead. Doesn't anybody know? Don't you know Gary Nolan is not a UFO expert at all? Like, literally, he knows less than many politicians. No, seriously. The only thing Gary Nolan knows is what his friends on that side told him. is true. Is. No, I'm telling you, that's all he knows. He's not an experiencer. He didn't walk around with a camera in his hand looking for these things. So how would he know even what to freaking look at? The only thing Gary Nolan, and I say the only thing because it really is the only thing Gary Nolan contributed to ufology, was an accidental creation of how to read the mind when near a UFO. People who've been injured, they use his invention, right? And it can tell certain things about the brain that was never seen before. And when people get near a UFO or a UAP, they call Gary Nolan. Well, they used to. Now they got his technology, right? So that's what Gary Nolan is. That's it. That's it. He didn't do anything that had to do, he didn't create it for ufology. Greer heard about this, right? And introduced him to a CIA guy, and the rest is history. So, check it out. You have Gary Nolan, who had no interest in ufology, is on mainstream media talking about UFOs, right? Elizondo, who says, I never wanted to be in ufology. I'm not a ufologist. I don't give a shit. Two people in mainstream media who Travis Taylor lied to his own friends, or as he says, well, I didn't think I had to tell anybody I was still working for the government while I was working at Skinwalker Ranch making TV shows for History Channel. I didn't think anybody needed to know. What a dick. Dick move. Right? Mainstream media, though. Who else? Anybody? A Brandon Fugel? We all know Zeke Fugel. Enough said on that. What else? We talked about Greer. You know, it just amazes me. Linda Moulton, we talked about. Richard Dickhead Dolan, we talked about. But where, now that I've been here 20 years, we're nowhere still. And having front row seats to the Lou Elizondo, TTSA, Tom DeShlong fiasco, there was no better ticket since 2016 than to the one of ufology. And I miss it. And it's over. And now we're back into the doldrums. Dog days of summer are coming up. For real. For real. This is quiet time. Not much is going to happen. So we, me and you, are going to have to do our due diligence. Keep looking up. Keep looking out. Something like that. All right. Now, Green Street, Stephen, has a little video here on why Lou's book is being delayed. I thought this is funny. One of the reasons Lou Elizondo's book has been delayed is because people within the circle are going, wait, you can't say that, Lou. Like, that didn't happen. That was me. That wasn't you. So people are saying shit like that to Lou. Wait a minute, man. That was me, not you. You can't say that. My God. So he's kind of like rewriting it. So Green Street released an exclusive on why Elizondo's book has been delayed. I'm going to play a piece of it. It's really good. It's only 2 minutes. Oh, I thought this was a 6-minute clip. All right. That's the other one. All right, here we go. In 6, 5, 4, hey. 3, 2, 1.
I mean, Lou Elizondo's got his book coming out, and do you guys want an exclusive?
Yeah. Yes. Delayed, right?
Well, let me phrase it this way. From what I have, the information that was given to me from right from a horse's mouth, one of the horses in the race, I should say, is that one of the reasons Lou Elizondo's book has been delayed is because people within the circle on the inside in this group, you go pull up the group in my video, group of people within that are going, wait, you can't say that, Lou. Like, that didn't happen. That was me. That wasn't you. That was me that did that. You got to change that. Like, you can't just say that. And so there's this inner fracturing of the group where they're starting to call each other out. You know, there was this, like, the ends justify the means thing at first back in 2017, 2018, where it was like everyone was on the same team and whatever we have to say, you know, the ends justify the means. And since then, there has been like these little micro fractures within the group. And yeah, some people are fed up within that group. Some people are just fed up and they're just like, they're kind of over it. But yeah, so there's all that stuff coming on. I'm looking forward to reading his book, to be honest with you, because it's all the stuff that he doesn't or hasn't talked about that I'm interested about reading.
Right.
About, you know, like, I hope he goes into the Guantanamo stuff and, you know, like how he saved American soldiers' lives with his psychic powers. Like, I really hope there's a whole chapter on that. Like, Lou Elizondo using his his X-Men Magneto powers to, like, save American troops. Like, I want to read a whole book about that.
Who wouldn't? That's exactly what I'm talking about, too. That's exactly what I want from that book. And also, I believe Green Street I think he has a feeling he's going to be named in the book. Wouldn't that be weird? Right? It'd be so weird to be in Elizondo's book as the guy who told him he will flatten his wife. Right? Terrible. Terrible. You can't take a joke. Okay. Oh, all right. Here we go. Into thin air? Without fail, every time we see the Antarctica anomaly, it's followed by insane weather somewhere in or near Africa. Eventually, these storms peel off to the Cape Verde Islands in the Atlantic and then become hurricanes. Let's take a look at this video from this is only 30 seconds. Oh, I see what he's doing. So he's showing severe weather. Got it. I thought this was the video that I have here too. So let's take a look. Wow. That's weather. Crazy. What are you gonna do? Know what I mean? All right, a little downburst. So, still going on about that Antarctica anomaly. Yep. All right. Now, back into the work here. I've got to talk about this because this is what we do. Jason Sands says he needs a break. Oh, no. No, say it isn't so, Jay, no. Here it says, I will be going dark until some pieces fall in place behind the scenes. I have no desire to engage until after a few months. It has been encouraging to see the massive support. The jackbags are few, and you guys know the truth now. Until later, I'll be back. And I said, So you need time to rewrite the script or come up with the narrative there or something a little more exciting. How can I not? He left it out there. It's like, where are you going, dude? You just stepped foot into the pond and now all of a sudden, I need a break. That's not how it works, whistleblower. See what I mean? You know, what happened is not everybody bought into his story. So now he's going to go back and regroup. That's exactly what he's doing. He's literally backpedaling. I think he's backpedaling figuratively and literally. All right. Fugel the liar. Kirkpatrick is a what? Whoa. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, right. Oh, this is from Stephen Greenstreet. All right, I'll play. This is what I thought it was. Play 2 minutes of this. This is good. This is Pentagon. No, this is good. Go.
The data says that's not an alien, that it's not a cover up. They get violent. They get offensive.
So this is Kirkpatrick saying how trolls or people get angry with him and basically made threats against himself, and his wife. His family, basically. For not saying the right thing in other people's minds. He got a taste of the haters in ufology. So he says, here we go.
They start sending hate emails and letters and threatening my family, threatening me. And I find that beyond reprehensible.
Terrible.
When you start coming after my daughter and my wife, because...
See, this is what I don't understand, how people could actually think that's okay. And some people just do it to do it, but it really affects one's lives, people's lives. It's a line step you don't have to do. It doesn't make any sense. Really. It's why I never do it. And it's why I get so angry when people do it to me for no reason at all. Scambian. Darcy Queer. Dickhead Dolan. You know? Those ladies.
What? I'm telling you that you're wrong, that it's not an alien, that it's not a cover-up, that it's actually something completely different.
Are you still getting threats and harassment since you left?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Every time I...
That didn't sound like a confident yeah. Did it? Yeah. He said, yeah. Like, maybe.
Different.
Are you still getting threats and harassment since you left?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Every time I say something. I'll bet you after your report comes out, I'll get something.
It's not the question he asked.
Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick, the former head of the Pentagon's UFO office called the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, or ARROW. Back in 2022, Congress created ARROW to investigate claims of aliens and UFOs that have captured news headlines for the last 6 years. Sean Kirkpatrick was brought on as ARROW's director. For 18 months under Kirkpatrick's leadership, ARROW looked for the aliens. They say they had access to everything and that they looked everywhere. After finishing the investigation and completing his ARROW report, Kirkpatrick retired in December 2023, and in March 2024, the report was finally released.
Yay!
TLDR, no aliens.
Okay, I'm going to jump right into a series of simple yes or no questions.
That's a shame.
Just yes or no. While preparing the ARROW report, did you have access to everything you needed, including classified programs and top secret information?
Absolutely, yes.
Were you ever denied access to anything while preparing this report?
No.
Did you have Title 10 and Title 50 authorities?
Yes.
Title 10 and Title 50 authorities are, to put it simply, permissions you need in order to access certain secret government information. Title 10 gets you access to some secret stuff, Title 50 gets you access to even more secret stuff.
Wow.
So with access to all the top secret information he needed, did Kirkpatrick find any evidence of aliens?
Did you find any evidence of alien or non-human technology?
No.
Did you find any evidence of alien bodies or the bodies of non-human intelligence?
No.
No evidence of aliens? But what about the hundreds of media stories from the last 6 years, full of claims about aliens on Earth and otherworldly craft? Well, Kirkpatrick's Arrow report conclusively states that most, if not all, of those stories are sourced to the same exact group of UFO activists.
Based on your research, can many of the UFO claims from the last 6 years be traced back to the same exact core group of UFO true believers?
As we've put into the report, you'll find a section of where a number of these people worked together over the last couple of decades. The story seems to all point back to them.
Due to various legal reasons, Kirkpatrick is prohibited from...
Beautiful. You know what he's saying right there, right? He's saying that, hey, where's my bottom half? He's saying, the way I'm interpreting it, let's just say that. I interpret what he said, that I had access to all this stuff, clearance to do anything I needed to do to find what people think I was going to find. Maybe he didn't have enough time to find it. Right? Or maybe it's what he said it is. And it's just stories that have been circulating around the government in this particular subject matter for the last 20 years. Pretty much, that's what they're saying. That's what Kirkpatrick is saying. And I didn't find anything validating what these claims are. I don't see what's wrong with that. I don't. But Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp and Travis Taylor and all those people who, for some reason or another, needed this, their stories to be validated, right? The Nimitz. Why wasn't that? Why isn't that? Talk about tic-tac. I've got evidence and everything. According to Kirkpatrick, it's fantasy. And he was not going to put his name on garbage, which is why it pissed off Corbell. And Corbell, remember when he came out and he's like, he's not an American, man, it's treason, and Danny's lying. Corbell said what everybody else on that side of the line wanted to say. So Corbell, even though it looked like he was mad, he was basically just acting and saying all this stuff for everybody who felt the same way but don't have the balls to speak up. That's what Corbell did when he acted that way. Right? It was very out of character for Corbell to act that way publicly, but that's the Corbell that I heard about behind the scenes. That's the Corbell, the guy who just goes off and says whatever he wants, swears anytime, anywhere. If your grandmother was around, you know, he'd say a joke about her vagina or something. You know, he's just, I don't know if crass is the word, but classless. That's the image I get. He's got no class, white trash, and we don't need him in this field. And everything I'm saying, everything I heard, he has proven to this community time and time again with bullshit videos and claims that have always been debunked. Every one of them. Every one. There's not even one of the last 9 or 10, whatever the number is, since he started doing this show and tell game every other fucking month. You know, it's like, oh, Corbell's going to drop some tonight. Oh, well, fucking flares. You know, it breaks your heart. Now you got to sit there and hear the lies. Well, people on the ground said that it looked like it was one big craft. Oh, so it was one big craft? Well, that's what 42 out of the 60 witnesses were saying, and they're not stupid. They would know what flares look like just by themselves. Remember? All that. Oh, blah, blah, blah. God, I hated that. Everything about that guy. It's a grift. It's a lie. And sadly, James Fox has seen the way to make it. And he didn't have to take this route. He didn't have to. When he made a movie, he put it out. Right? Now he's holding on to evidence that we really need to see. If he's saying what he says is true, if it's true, what he's saying that he's going to show, freaking A, man. What a dick for not showing us all. And I bet you, when that movie comes out and we see that James Fox video, we're going to be so disappointed. But you'll give him another chance because you were entertained. I don't pay for anything that James Fox or Corbell sells. I just won't do it. No way I'm supporting that insanity. I feel for James Fox. Yep. He feels he's got to do what he's got to do now instead of doing the right thing. I don't like it. Make him wait. Make him wait. Well, let me tell you something, Mr. Fox. People don't give a shit. Because as soon as you mention it, that you've got evidence, but you got to pay to see it, you've lost all credibility in a lot of people's eyes, and you're not going to make as much. People just aren't going to rush to go see it. They're going to wait for the free shit to come out. They'll see it for free from their friends or whatever. People just aren't going to pay for it. That's it. That's it. We're done. It's a grift, and we're done with it. Whatever it is that you're going to sell for $20 for a few weeks and then $14.95 thereafter, whatever it is you're peddling isn't going to be as great as the price tag. Because you sold yourself to the devil, young man. Yes, young man. James Fox sold himself out. And you know what happens when you sell yourself to the devil, like Corbell did? You're made to look like the fool you are. Everybody knows what Corbell is, right? We all know what he is. We can all agree we know what Corbell is. Disinfo all the way. All the way, baby. There's nobody more disinfo than Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp at this very moment in life in the UFO community. Those two guys, Abbott and Costello of ufology. Totally. My God, what have they done? What have they done? They've opened up Pandora's box and we just can't close it now. We just can't look away. That's the excitement I get now with Corbell. I can't look away. What else is this failure going to show me? Because that's what you are. You're a failure in this community. You failed every single time you put a video out. How bad are you? How do you sleep at night? How do you even talk? How do you talk? How do you talk and look in the camera knowing you're full of shit? I don't understand it. I couldn't do it. It's amazing. Because once you start the lie and you live the lie, you become the lie. God, that was freaking awesome. I've got more shit to talk about. I'm telling you, man. Hold on. Totally thinks this is legit. A follower recently sent me a story of Juanito as he appears on Facebook, a man from New Mexico who takes incredible UFO pictures with some wild close-ups. Have you ever heard of this guy? Yeah, I would like to hear what UFO Twitter, UFO X, whatever have to say about these. Let me show you the magnificent Juan Ibarrameda. These are the most unbelievable UFO pictures you've ever seen. And they're real, my friend. Real. You ready for this? Regis! All right, Richard, I've been waiting for you in the wings. Go ahead. There he is, a handsome man. He comes out from New Mexico. He probably crossed the border or something like that, right? The border crosser? Is he legal? Regis. All right, here's the first UFO. A supposed to be legitimate UFO. Just go to the picture. Well, it's a little distant right there. Okay, can you get it closer? There you go. Can you get me out? There we go. Can we get closer than that? Can we get a little closer? Boop. And a little closer? Can you? No, that's it. All right. So what we got here is like legitimate UFOs. No. 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 Does anybody believe these are legitimate UFOs? Anybody? Seriously, anybody? I don't. Seriously. Yeah. And this guy's getting it all. Disc-shaped. Ones with portals and a window of some sort. Then he's got one with a red dot. Like a laser. And then he's got two of them. Two balls are better than one. Wow. Why don't you, all right. All right. Excuse me. Here we go. In 3. What are we doing? So that's the guy. Those are the real ones now. Those are going to be making the rounds on the internet. So I think we've seen those before. The one with the red dot looks super familiar, but I just can't talk about it. I just can't. This one is a UFO from Buenos Aires, Argentina. I want you to take a look at these. Why are you doing that? It's Ricky Ricardo. All right. I want to tell you a quick story. Very quick story. The year was 2014. The night, Thursday. Wednesday. The time, 9:05 p.m. I had just left work. Thunderstorms were in the area, had passed by. Lightning could be seen in the distance, and as I'm on the road, about 4 miles into my drive, right, I got off work at about 5 to 9, got in a car at 9, was on the freeway, and I see lightning in the distance. The ground is wet. It's nice, humid air. There's storms coming. It's humid, and it just rained a little, and there's lightning. Close, I noticed. And then I saw and also recorded it. Lights shoot across the sky, like I'm about to show you. And when it went across the sky, I thought it was the street lights going over, over the car and creating this illusion that I thought I was seeing. I thought I was seeing streaks of light come from the north and go about 50 miles in seconds, like 3 seconds, and into the thunderstorm in the distance. And I saw it happen 3 times. I recorded it. I no longer have the phone. So I don't have the footage, but it's real. I really captured it. And I showed a lot of people, and they said, wait, that's just lights. It's the lights go. And I'm like, watch this. I rolled down the window in the car. Well, it was electric, but I rolled the window down as I'm driving 60 miles an hour, held the camera in my hand, took the picture out so you could see. So I didn't take the picture. I had it running the video, and then I took screenshots of it in succession so people could see it. And it was amazing. Just amazing. And they went into the storm clouds. I couldn't believe it. So I'm going to show you a video that, my God, looks about as close as I've ever seen it. Never seen it till now. So this is a video of something that could or could not be real in this video. Even the weather conditions look the same as what I saw. Here we go. But I never saw anything look like this. This is like, I don't know if they're faking it or what, but it's very cool.
Amigo.
That's what I saw. Believe it or not, that's what I saw. But I didn't see that many. You know, I saw 3.
Amigo.
Watch the one, and one comes back. You see it come back towards them. I've never seen that before. See that? Now, I know what you're going to say, and I've heard it all. It's flashlight. It's flashlight. That's it. They're just doing the flashlight on the low clouds. Ah, you solved it. There you go, guy. You did good. You solved the crime. It's very cool. That right there is a very, 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 very close depiction of what I saw. What I saw looked like this, but much higher. And this was, the ones we just watched were like too close, not even close to what I saw, but I had to show you because I believe that was real. What we just saw. It wasn't flashlights or anything like that. It could be something I'm not familiar with, sure. I'm just telling you. All we have is our memories and the evidence that we capture on video. That's it. You have your memories, your stories, whatever you want to call it, and video. Oh, you may get sound. We all know Rendlesham Forest had a nice audio file from Colonel Holt. There's a beam coming out of it. This is weird. I love that guy. All right. This says, seriously, let's stop this shit. Yes. Jay Anderson says from Project Unity, telepathic exchanges are real. And yes, there are things that can respond to your telepathic intentions. I don't have definitive answer, he says, for you, but here's my best explanation from a couple of years back based on my own experiences with anomalies beyond our realm. Oh, I didn't realize I was going to... Oh, no. Oh, I didn't realize it was this. It's a whole hour and a half of... No. Never mind. Never mind. All right. John Greenwald. Why should we care if the U.S. government is deleting emails well ahead of their records retention schedules? It's a bigger problem than you might think. All right. Do you remember when Lou Elizondo had his emails deleted? Right? We found out they're supposed to be, after they leave their job, I think they're supposed to be 7 years, that the emails, the records, anything that Lou Elizondo took care of remains there for 7 years, just in case anybody wants to do research or look something up. You know, the records are there. before they're put away for good, right? 7 years, the emails stay active. People can go check them out and other things of that kind of nature. But remember what happened. They were deleted. After what, 2 years? Remember? And then we couldn't verify that Elizondo had emails working at ATIP. I almost said OSAP, right? And then now we've got the email thing happening again. Why should we care if the U.S. government deletes the emails well ahead of those retention years of 7, I think it is? Well, according to John Greenwald Jr., it's a bigger problem than you might think. I want to hear what he has to say, so let's play 2 minutes. He gives us 6 out of this. This is good. All right, so we'll play a few, we'll play a few. We'll probably go a few minutes over tonight. I mean, literally just a few. Hey, eventually I run out of energy too. Go. And Guj.
I think a lot of people kind of jump to intentional cover-up, and that could very well be true. But the reason why I pulled in the Luis Elizondo story that I wrote in 2021 is what I've discovered since then. And that is a massive problem with record retention schedules not being followed. And although that is getting into a very dry story, I mean, I fully admit that not everybody really cares about the nitty-gritty details when it comes to that. The bottom line is what matters, and that is the fact that these records are being destroyed way ahead of schedule. And that's a problem, that these records are being met with absolute disregard for their historical significance, but on top of that, absolute disregard for what they need to be doing, and that is preserving these records. And this is an issue. See, I started using the Freedom of Information Act thinking that the government just saved everything and that you can just request, and
right,
if it was there, then if it didn't fit into the 9 exemptions, then boom, you got it, right? Or it was heavily redacted or whatever. That was being young and naive and stupid on my part, because then you realize, no, the government actually destroys a lot, and that's part of the game. And part of the game is the Freedom of Information Act.
Don't you think the government just deletes it from the public and not altogether? I believe they archive every effing thing, right? And they keep it. Somebody keeps the records. Not everything gets deleted for good. I don't buy it. I believe there's another vault somewhere of deleted files, like a spam folder in your email, something like that, like an alternate deleted file. Like, this is like, that would be amazing if there was a file called the deleted files. Like, these are all of the secrets of the government that nobody should know about, names, everything. Wow. I'm pretty sure somebody has something, just about everything on somebody in the government. Go.
Believe is broken.
What did I just say?
There's a lot of people who trash it. Look, I got more than 3.3 million examples on why the FOIA is not broken. You can get some amazing things, but it definitely needs help. And in one of the reasons it needs help, and one of the ways it needs help, it is the amount of time that it takes to process requests. I've posted some in the last couple of months, a couple of them that almost hit a decade. That's a huge, huge problem. Some that take years to come our way. That is a huge, huge deal. It's not just because U.S. citizens shouldn't have to wait that long, because we shouldn't. I mean, we're doing stories, we're doing research, whatever. We're just curious. It doesn't matter. The Freedom of Information Act is at our disposal for a reason. But when we get years of a wait, that is incredibly problematic. And I think that this...
Yeah, they want you to go away. They don't want you to have the information. They keep saying, well, we're having a hard time finding it. Well, you misspelled this. Well, we thought you meant that. And and they play this game, which I'm learning about because I tried doing a FOIA request for some guy I want to help on my other channel. $16 for one page of information. I didn't have the money at the time. I thought it would be like $1. They wanted $16 because of what I was asking for. But it was only one page of information. And then you find out, well, it really wasn't $16 just for the page. They actually consider how much time the employee will put into it to find it. Like, they give you a predetermined price. I'm like, how can you tell me it's going to take that long to find it? How do you know? She didn't give me an answer. It's a good video I got coming up on that. That was fun. But John doesn't talk about the thousands and thousands of dollars he's put out of his own pocket to get a lot of FOIA. A lot of stuff is free, but not everything is. So I'm learning.
This is an issue that needs to be dealt with, because now when you add into the frustration of these delays, you add in the records retention schedules. The records retention schedules will destroy documents in a quicker amount of time than it takes some agencies to process a request. And what that means is it doesn't even matter if your request goes in prior to document destruction. If they don't process it, they may not know to go to James Lakatsky's email box that's archived in whatever way that they archive it and say, hey, we have a pending FOIA here. We have to go ahead and save that material for longer. No, none of that takes place. So if they prolong the processing of these requests, whether it be maliciously, intentionally, or just it's the nature of the beast because they're understaffed, doesn't really matter. The end result is that it takes longer to process. That means all these records are destroyed. Now, we've talked about 7 years here a couple of times, but there are records that are destroyed literally within 30 to 45 days. All you UFO fans out there will really kind of cringe on this one, but when it comes to the FAA records and a lot of tower logs and the control tower recordings, well, pilots are encountering UFOs and UAP. That's undeniable. I have a pile of FOIA requests that prove that, but the only way I was able to prove that was that people gave me a tip, and they said there was an encounter over Dallas on this date that happened 2 weeks ago. So go after records on it. And sure enough, recordings would come up. Tower logs would note it. These incidents were being archived. But if it's after the 30 or 45 day period, the FAA destroys air traffic control recordings.
That's such bullshit. Oh my God. I don't buy it. I think they just delete it from the public and it goes into an archive for future historical, whatever, training purposes. I don't know, but I didn't know that. That's absolutely horrendous. So you literally have to know about something right away, because they have 10 business days to get you that FOIA. FOIA request is Freedom of Information Act. That's what FOIA stands for. And in New York, I think they call it FOIL now, right? Freedom of Information Legality.
And they destroy records because they don't keep them forever. Now, that's a problem. Now, I'm only talking about one specific UFO-related reason, and that's really interesting to me. May not be to the whole world, but what else is being lost on those shorter retention schedules?
Yep.
Some are only 3 years. Well, 3 years isn't a long wait when you talk about FOIA. So yet again, you are talking about a lot of material that's just being lost.
Unreal.
A lot of these programs and stuff take years to come out into the open. But if those records, the emails that went in to creating these programs, because a lot of times those emails and the banter back and forth, that's more interesting than what happened during the program itself, and the final reports and the quarterly summary reports and so on. The behind the scenes is a lot more interesting. But by the time that stuff is public, it's all gone. It's all destroyed.
All right, we get it. Thank you. I'll put the link to that video in the show description. John Greenwald Jr. Yeah. So there you have it. If you don't get on these things, you need to know, like, if there was a sighting that happened that involved a pilot and you want to get the FOIA request, if you want to get the documents and put in a FOIA request, you need to do it within the first week to just basically guarantee that you're going to get it if they give it to you, and they may not give it to you. Yeah, I know. Even if it's public record, somebody may, there may be a little notation next to it, or post-it note. Hey, not for the public. It's bullshit. We think that the government's being transparent when it comes to this stuff because, you just put in a FOIA request. Nope. Look what they do with pilots who record their UFO report, and it can be expunged within 35 days. Doesn't mean it will be, but most likely it can be. Sad. I bet you they are. Because there's not a lot, right? That we know of. So, naysayers scoffed. But here it is, says Larry Gerndt on X. Greer delivers the archive as promised. Oh. Here's a minute and 44 seconds of insanity. All right. I almost forgot about this. In 5, 4 exciting, 3, 2 exciting, go.
I briefed a man who had been a senior member of the NASA UAP task force. They ended that task force with no conclusions.
None.
They never turned to any first-hand witnesses.
Never.
They did not avail themselves of the plethora of evidence we have. And it wasn't that this person was at all, he's incredibly interested in the subject, but I'm reminded of what a Special Forces gentleman said to me recently, is that he is just absolutely stunned at both the incompetence of people in government and government circles, and in some cases the corruption. Now, in this case, it wasn't any corruption, but the level of, when he described the process and what they were doing, it was such a level of incompetence that any teenager with a smartphone could Google the disclosure and all this stuff and know more than everyone on the UAP task force.
That's
so how can
right.
this be? So they're either being gaslit and directed into blind alleys where it terminates, or they're completely incompetent. And I think it's probably a combination of the two. So then you get to the level, say, a Supreme Court justice living in that bubble for decades. They really don't live in the real world. I have friends who are very senior attorneys and partners in law firms. It's an extraordinary level of myopia, and they have no idea really how the national security state and its covert components operate. And just the media section of our archive, which is, by the way, being beta tested right now. We think we're going to be able to launch it pretty soon. Some of you may be beta testers of that. I don't know. I think it's going to be stunning to people because it's the evidence in there is dispositive about the corruption of the media.
We all know it is. That's it. That's it for tonight. Thank you. Thanks for hanging out. It was all right. It's a good time. Thank you guys for hanging out. We're only 2 days away, less than that. 46 hours away. No, 44 hours away from Anjali coming on GUFON. We are going to have a very good time. I can't wait. It's going to be fun. I think so. But thanks for hanging out. We'll be back tomorrow night, Friday, and we'll do it again. What's tomorrow? No, I mean, what am I doing on the show? Let me see. Oh, tomorrow's good. I like tomorrow. Yeah, maybe I'll change. I may change tomorrow's show. I kind of went over a lot of stuff tonight. I may change tomorrow's show. But thanks everybody for hanging out. I want to thank the moderators and super chatters. Thanks, moderators, the best in the biz. I mean it. I have a soft place right there. Anyway, I digest. Thank you very much, super chatters. Mucho gusto, generoso again. Don't forget, you can help support the show anytime you want. All the links are in the show description, even on the homepage of GUFON. And don't forget the new channel, Rich Saves America. So far, we're starting slow, but things are starting to vamp up. Ramp up or vamp up? Well, either way, they're starting to move. And more videos are going to start coming out. Like, we're talking every other day soon, like within a week. So I'm going to be doing a lot of work before I get this operation on my foot, which is going to be about 6 weeks out. So go check out Rich Saves America. It's all about the First Amendment. All right, we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Don't forget Alien Girl in the morning at 7 a.m. Get your AG111 UFO day started with a little coffee and a lot of fun over at AG111. Alien Girl, Nikki Starchild, tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. And don't forget, we do it here every single night. We do Truthology for ufology every single night for you. True. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your Thursday night. And, if you ain't looking up, alien bless, Alien bless.
There's a good thing. It's rotating. What was in the skies over? Why did it downward treasured sites in Christianity?